Okay, let's see here. Hello, welcome. As we play more Frostpunk 2. So, I think we're going to restart today, considering mistakes were already made. Welcome, Kathleen. Mistakes were already made. So I think we're going to... This person who stares at me is terrifying. So I think we're going to start over. But I want to do this because I asked in the Discord. Because I didn't... Basically, we failed at something. At a promise. And... Oh, ask the Machinist to contribute. So I was supposed to do something here, I think, for that promise I failed to do. No, that's not what I wanted. I think I would have been able to grant them funds somewhere in here. Okay. So we're going to go to the main menu, and I think we're going to start over. And try to get an idea. So, preview builder. As we determined, this is kind of how it has to be. The only thing I can change is the difficulty. Let's keep it on medium. Pretty sure that's what we did before. We're going to start over. We will probably still select to watch the pipes because I'm obsessed with that. Certain features of frame might yield benefit for trade-offs. I kind of want to read these. Press and hold the middle mouse button to look around at the camera. There are no seasons anymore. Temperatures stay stable for months and years. There are intermittent whiteouts. Yeah. New districts are built around a power hub connected to the central generator. Each hub has a limited capacity, therefore the size of the district is predetermined. As life settled into a new grind of survival, pubs and temples and clubs sprang up in the city. People yearn for normalcy. Yeah, this isn't really helping me. We read this before. Might as well read it again. Fresh day, fresh read. A new beginning. The end of the world changes people. It changed us. Us, the foragers, natural survivalists, adapted to harsh frostland conditions. The mechanists, descendants of a group that built the initial cities and maintained their machinery. We choose you as our steward to lead the city as overpopulation looms and resources dwindle. We all dream of a better future, what it should look like. This we can't agree on. Tension stirs and radicals rear their heads. Navigating this will be your ultimate challenge. Ta-ta-ta. I forgot about the the text popping. Now it is tutorialized, so we'll have to do the same beginning again, which is fine. But I kind of want to get a better feel for things. Is there I know there's the tutorial screen over here. But I'm wondering if there was a search bar. Calm weather. I'm not really seeing one. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what I was doing wrong before. That's okay. Okay. We have to start with the ice fracking and the coal. I don't think it's really fracking, but for some reason I keep wanting to call it fracking instead of frost breaking. Just there you go. Frack at it, you know? I assume it's a very similar process. Looks like we're just chainsawing the ice. It's pretty exciting. Now, if we look through here, we're in surplus for heat, but we're not for homes, which is what we're eventually moving to, and this is what I figured out in the last time we played. So we need room for more, plus more people are going to show up. Living space is available to your citizens. Increases cold when lacking. Currently have a surplus of food. That did not last long. Materials. We have a stockpile of materials, but we will eventually burn through that. Goods is what keeps people happy, I think. And then coal. And what's this? Guard squad. Unit of law enforcement officers whom the city employs to maintain order. They reduce crime and can stifle unrest. Interesting. I guess we'll let this keep on trucking. They're breaking that ice up. So heat stamps are money, effectively. Frost breaking. Just trying to make sure there's nothing here that would have been helpful to me. Okay. So we have done the fracking. I'm probably gonna call it fracking, let's be honest. Districts. Do I want industrial? Extraction. Extraction district. Okay. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and just break more frost. Because I feel like it's useful. I don't see it necessarily, unless it's costing things to break the ice. I feel like it's useful to keep up with that. Now it is going to want me to eventually build a house era, whatchamacallit. District construction. Districts are the base of your city's economy. Build them to produce or process resources, provide shelter, or recruit Frostland teams. Districts have fixed number of tiles needed to begin construction. It's cool because they need a fixed number, but it lets you pick how they're constructed. So I don't know enough to properly strategize with that, but there will definitely be an ability to do so. When building a district, keep looking for the indicating circle showing you how many tiles you still have to click. Oh. Okay. Available tiles are white, already selected are yellow. So if we watch here, where it clicks. Oh, okay, that's what the bar. Okay, that makes sense. Extraction, food, and logistics districts require deposits to be built. You have to select that first. Okay. I feel like I broadly knew most of that, except for the whole tile number thing. What builds? Good, we secured a new source of coal for the generator, but now we need shelter. Without it, our people will still freeze to death, regardless of how hot the generator runs. The closer to the generator or other shelters, the better. We cannot afford to lose more heat than we have to. Okay, so then what we're going to do is go to a housing district and pick blue tiles. And we'll do that, because then it's going to be more heat efficient. It also wanted a second housing district. There we go. And because I have not been told otherwise, let's just keep with the frost breaking. Because then it spends time doing that. I haven't seen that cost anything. Now, while that's doing things, what is it? So industrial does what exactly? Construction requirements. Oh, those things are yelling at me. I'm trying to figure out what an industrial output is 20 goods. Okay, and we don't currently have any goods, so I may want to do an industrial district. Security for the future. Steward, we are experiencing more coal than we currently need to provide adequate heat for the city. As such, we've begun to stockpile the surplus. At the moment, we have ample storage space. This will eventually be filled with any additional coal. Okay. It's just saying eventually we'll have to build some stuff. The cold problem in our city continues to worsen. We must take action. We are currently building homes, so that'll be better. Shelter is mainly provided by housing, but remember that the type of district demands heat. If the heat demand in the city is not fulfilled, cold will rise, but a lower rate compared to a lack of shelter. The idea tree, you can find new ways of providing shelter. Area of effects, which I remember. It's just adjacency bonuses, basically. City's economy is based on output and demand of various resources. Output and demand only change when the new source of output or demand is added to the city, like buildings or districts. Output is the sum of resources produced by the building districts. For example, food output can be increased by increasing districts on fertile ground. Demand is increased by the needs of your people who require food and shelter to live, as well as goods. District is mostly increased by materials or heat. If demand is not fully met, problems, cold, crime, squalor, hunger, and disease will arise. For a while, a city can survive without satisfying all demands, but eventually tension will reach a boiling point, which may lead to your downfall. Got it. So, cold is a problem. Disease is a problem, but all of this will get by once we have homes for everybody. With heat and the generator and shelter enough for everyone, we're safe from the cold for now, but as the city grows, it will not be enough. The machinists and foragers have different opinions on how to improve the city. Expand the housing district to provide more advanced buildings like a research institute. So we will expand. Can I not expand this way too? I guess once you start expanding in a way, you have to expand that way. Keep the fracking up. So cold will be getting better because we're growing. Same with disease. Crime is a problem because of goods scarcity. So even though this has not led me in that direction, maybe building an industrial district would be a good idea. Even though it hasn't asked me to do that. Research Institute. This might be too close to homes. Absent workforce. Unresolved problems in a city can make part of its workforce absent. Those workers are temporarily excluded from your workforce. There are two main types of absences. Sick. Number of sick workers increases proportionally to how high disease currently is. These people will only rejoin available workforce upon decreasing disease in the city. Injured. The injured will rejoin over time. You may encounter types of absences due to various decisions. Expanding districts. Expand a district to increase scale both in terms of capability. Expanded districts are more efficient and provide additional building slots. District is open. If there are not enough adjacent tiles to select, district cannot be expanded. Okay. Be mindful the housing districts have no building slots upon construction, contrary to other types of districts. That is why you need to expand a district at least once. Okay. Interesting. You can construct buildings in districts if there's an empty building slot. Buildings have demand and output. Buildings can improve base output of a district or reduce problems directly. Initially, if you don't have many buildings available for construction, however, Research Institute is a building that's always available from the beginning of the game. It provides you access to the idea tree and coming to a bonus to research speed. Developing new ideas is essential. Be mindful of who is conducting research, as ideologies of specific groups will influence the results of their work. They will come forth with a specific variant of a building aligned with their views. Interesting. Some resources, apart from heat, steam, shelter, guard squads, process, can be stockpiled. When a city runs a surplus of a resource, meaning the output is bigger than the demand, the surplus goes into a stockpile. I like how we have to explain what a surplus is. Stockpile will slowly fill up every day, as long as there's storage capacity left to store them, while stockpiling a up-pointed arrow is displayed. Stockpiles will be consumed whenever demand is higher than output. When stockpiles are being consumed, a down arrow is next to it. Makes sense? Stockpiling is limited by your storage capacity. You can see the limit of storage by hovering over it. When a limit is reached, you'll get an exclamation mark. Got it. You can expand storage by building resource depots. There are various types: a fuel, a materials, a food, and goods depot. Resource depots can be built in any district. Contrary to the rest of buildings, depots are enabled irrespective of whether the districts they are interactive or not. Okay. Sorry, I hope me reading this isn't boring, but I need it. See, this isn't showing the... Oh, this is showing an arrow. Not showing... Okay, the arrows are there. For a second, I thought they weren't. A small crowd gathers outside the new research institute, arguing about how to exploit the last coal veins. The mechanists want us to lean on machine power, but foragers would have us pursue a more frugal solution. They would never display such discord, the captain's heyday. Okay. So this is where we were at, and it wants me to do this one for the coal mines. So we made a decision yesterday, so we can either do a different one. I found myself just agreeing with foragers most of the time. And I'm kind of still there, to be honest. Because this is a higher materials demand than this one. This one is a higher workforce demand. So let's say those two balance each other out. This does produce more coal, but squalor is increased versus disease being slightly increased. I don't know. You know what? Since these are actually pretty close, and since I am working on materials, let's go ahead and do this one. Especially considering I kind of found myself more often than not going with forager ideas. Let's do mechanists, just because then I can pick something that I don't hate. This is pretty even for me, not knowing yet how easy it is to get materials. Or how easy it is to undo squalor. People of your city form communities, groups of people united by a common outlook and background. You can view any of the communities by clicking on their image at the bottom of the screen. Under the community name, you can find out information with your relations to the specific community. Your relations with each community will impact your overall trust. Under the community is a description of actions you can perform with that community. Those actions can greatly improve your city situation. See, this is what I needed. This is what I didn't find last time. That's part of why I'm reading this. Yeah. Research coal mines, so it's currently doing that. And then we can construct the new district. Meanwhile, we are in fact making goods, which is good. It's good we're making goods. But materials are on the down low. So how do we get more materials? Industrial makes goods. Okay, this one, the extraction district will make materials also. It's just not making quite enough materials. So maybe, I know I need to expand this one eventually. So let's just go ahead and expand it now. And let's keep working on the fracking. It looks like I might actually be able to put... Hey, John, welcome! Welcome to some Frostpunk 2. I think maybe this would be another good spot for the zone I already built. So we're doing okay. Food is also on the low end. See, this I should have built over here. See? This means I think I can get more materials here. So we'll work on that, because maybe we'll put like a really nice big district over there. And I can eventually take this down, I think. So it's researching the coal mines. We're doing alright. Not getting a lot in the way of heat stamps. It is going up by 15 a week. But I feel like that will... Part of it, though, is like... Materials are going way down. So I feel like... Okay. There's a lot to read. Demand requirements. Buildings and districts have requirements represented by resource, workforce, or both. If those are not fulfilled, those districts will cease to function and become disabled. On the other hand, they also have their demand. This amount contributes to overall demand in the city, meaning if it's not fulfilled, it will increase your city's problems, but will not affect the district's output. The district will work the same as long as the requirements are filled. Requirements are listed in the top section of the district panel. And keep in mind that you'll need to fulfill all of them to keep the district running. All factors that increase the city's demand are listed below requirements. That feels very complicated to me. Trust is located below the tension meter. The trust shows how much confidence people have in you as a steward of the city and in your decision making. It consists of your relations with all communities and factions. However, your decisions and actions can also influence your trust overall. Be careful. If your trust runs out and you become despised among your people, the populace may want to depose you and strip you of the steward position. You can improve your overall trust by increasing your relations with communities and factions. This can be done by doing various community actions in their corresponding community panel. Try by clicking community portraits at the bottom of the screen to see what you can do. Otherwise, trust can be increased by signing laws or fulfilling promises in negotiations. Okay. Steward, our initial stockpiles of materials have run out. Our current output will satisfy some demand, but it will mount over time. We must expand our districts. Okay. So it wants coal mine extraction here. This district is not working. Probably a workforce thing, I would think. Maybe not. With the new mine, we have enough coal output to last a while. The difference between communities remain. Even under previous leader plans have existed to establish councils, settle differences. More problems always delayed them. The time has come, Stuart. The people want a say in how the city is run. What is making you not work? Materials, I think. We can now vote on the laws. People cheer as the gates of the council open. It feels like a piece of world lost as frost has been regained. People are hopeful to have their voices heard. While the machinists and foragers clash about the survival strategy, neither of them has a firm stance on economic or social issues. However, many of their ranks do, though they keep it in the shadows for now. Alright, we gotta watch out for the child gangs, because that was our big problem yesterday. Okay, now there's nothing I have to specifically vote on. People have sent 100 delegates to represent them. Your role as steward is to propose laws that would be put to a vote. However, communities have different outlooks. I feel like we should do this early because this was causing me such a problem. So the idea is here, percentage of active workers is slightly increased. Children go to work with their parents. To graduate, all the children have skills and knowledge needed in the city's school program. So here, research is faster, but we make less heat stamps. Here, we gain more workers. Again, I'm a big... If there's... You know, this one has a pro and a con. This one only has a pro, no con. So I'm kind of a mind to do this one. Now this time we're not going to do anything. Like last time I did like negotiations and stuff. I'm not going to worry about that this time. We're just going to vote and see what happens. 20 or 4. More people are voting. Oh, law rejected. It went to 49 out of 51. Oh. Oh. And we can't do anything now for 9 weeks. Okay. Okay. It was a bit of a failure. Okay, so what demand here is not being met? I think it's the materials. I'm lacking materials. This is using materials. What is generating materials? Nothing. Extract them from frozen forests or iron ore. So that was something we'd opened up over here, right? This was all of the fracking we were doing. So, like, in theory... I can do this. And we'll pick up these tiles. So it'll be a little squirrely looking, but it will get us materials. Ah, Sue! Cindy's paw went and got... We read this. I'm not going to try to do this Cockney again. But the children are going to start having childhood gangs. The childhood gangs are coming. Ugh, pardon me. Okay. So now we are actually using materials. You can propose laws, but they have to be voted on by the majority to take effect. Communities and factions will fight for or against the different laws depending on their views. You can find information about their views in the corresponding community panels. There are a few different methods to affect how delegates vote. You can use actions in districts. They range from enacting emergency shifts in specific districts to sending guards to quell protests. Some district actions are available by default. Others can be unlocked by constructing specific buildings or district in the state. Some actions can be toggled and untoggled, meaning you control whether they're active or not. Welcome, Ray! Celebrating a retirement. So you wish you could nap. Get around somebody retiring and go, ah, yes, retirement. What a lovely fictional concept. Okay. So now this is generating materials. And honestly, I think what we could do... Oops, that's not what I want to do. I go here, and I want to expand. And I think we can... grab these tiles. Okay, so then it'll expand and get even. We should be like killing it on materials here, basically. Fictional indeed. It wouldn't be a bad idea. What I'm learning, so we started over. What I'm learning is that wow, my brain just went and chased like 5 squirrels. What I'm learning is that the tutorial teaches you how to play, but it's not teaching you like everything, right? So at a certain level, I still need to work on food. I don't need to wait for the game to tell me to do food. Oh, you need a resource depot. It also helps once I learn... Oh, I don't have a resource depot. Interesting. Temperature. Be ready for temperature to change. Keep an eye on the weather timeline located in top right screen. Temperature will change, represented by thermometer icons. Hovering over them when they show weeks in timestamps, they will change. Stockpile coal or oil to be ready for temperature changes, otherwise cold may increase. Well, we have a lot of coal right now. But anyway, point being, I'm not waiting for the game to tell me that people are really hungry. I'm actually aware that people are really hungry. Now, squalor is high. No. Is minor based on material scarcity. But, like, I have materials over here. This is still... Oh, God, there's so much. Rexdale. A profitable day. Oh, this is the same guy. So, basically, crime. Crime is getting a little crazy in my city. Stewart, a new count has revealed a significant growth in our population in recent weeks. Some attribute this to the rise in influence. New numbers. Okay. So, that means... I need to expand. We'll go ahead and just expand this district, I think. Hopefully that will... I mean, that certainly didn't help my food situation. Feral children. Commit to solving this issue. We have 30 weeks to pass a law with childhood stuff. 5 children died at the Rumble? That's not good. Everything's going so wrong. Research institutes idle. Okay. Society. Youth. Requires an expanded housing district, which we have. Provides medical treatment to the sick and injured to speed up recovery. It's the same thing, you just pick your person, I think. So we'll go ahead and do this. Hospitals seem like a good idea. Oh, we can go ahead and do this now. Okay. So I want family apprenticeship. And I guess I needed to negotiate. Well, to vote for... You know what? We'll let them choose the next law to be voted on. That sounds scary. I don't think I want to do that. Everyone must support the extraction work for an effort to give more resources to the city. Oh no. Okay. So then what do the foragers want? Everyone must aid expedition by helping them prepare for journeys. Oh, I see. Alternatively, well, if I did mandatory school, would they like it? Okay, we're gonna just try this again and see what happens. Hey, it actually passed this time, and I didn't even have to do anything. It must be because, like, they saw the need for... I don't know. Childhood law has been regulated. You keep your promise and evade unnecessary chaos in the city. Trust rises. New law has been agreed on. Good. There are challenges ahead. Improving coal extraction is a success, but the vein will only last so long. We need to explore the Frostland for a more permanent source of fuel. That's the first step in our colonization effort. If we don't take it, the city will have no future at all. This concludes your onboarding. Remember, you can always consult the tutorial. It was good. I mean, it wasn't super exciting because we did the super exciting stuff on Friday. So it was just dinner. It's just dinner on a day that happened to be my mom's birthday. But it was good. Is the measure of how fast your city grows is both a combination of immigrants coming into your city as well as new people being born with it. When the substitution in the city is favorable, meaning you do not have major problems, population growth will progress quickly. New people will arrive much sooner. However, when the issues in the city are overwhelming, population growth becomes stagnant. You can solve that by improving conditions in your city or researching new methods. Some laws done directly in population growth. You need to reach beyond your city. Logistics jurisdiction opens up to exploring any way of cities. Switch between Frostland. Okay. Not all laws you propose will have widespread support. You can negotiate to have a better chance of a vote passing. After choosing a group to negotiate with, you can choose what to promise them in exchange for voting along with your proposal. That includes actions such as enacting the law they desire, or building or destroying a special building, or using an action towards a particular community or faction. Making your promise in negotiations will make all hesitant delegates in chosen community vote for the proposed law. Additionally, some delegates who are against the law will also switch sides. The same logic applies if you want them to vote against a law. Factions are more monolithic and will not engage in negotiation about laws that are against their worldview. City direction, we read that yesterday. Okay, so we need to do the things. I believe that involved getting over here. Hunger, yeah, food's very scarce right now. Material scarcity is also fairly high. I'm not entirely sure what to do about that. Steward's hunger become a pressing concern. You must find practical solutions. We can do anything but food. I see. Can I build a food district? I'm out of heat stamps. Do I have to start on a food tile, or can I just build? Okay. I can't just build, which means I have to expand. Should be able to do something about food too when I get this stuff back open. Crime's okay. Crime's at least stable. Squalor is growing. Hunger is growing. Don't have the heat stamps required. Okay. Don't have the heat stamps required to do anything, actually. So we're just kind of stuck here. Great! So this doesn't feel like it's going well. Let's see what we got here. Food additives. So this food output per capita is increased. Food production efficiency is increased, but disease increases. I feel like this is better. I think this has a pretty good chance of passing on its own, so let's give it a shot. Yep, it passed all on its own. So that will also help us with our food, because that's going to make the amount of food that's getting made by these things go up. I don't know how to make squalor go down. This might tell me. Squalor means your citizens have to endure polluted air and overwhelming dirt and filth in the city. Squalor raises when there's not enough materials to meet demand for buildings of a city. Additionally, the generator and various buildings emit toxic fumes, polluting the city further. High squalor increases disease, tension, and also decreases the population. Squalor also causes recurring events that damage districts, which are indicated in the district's wear. When wear reaches its maximum limit, the target district turns off due to malfunction. To make the district functional again, the player needs to repair it, an operation that calls heat notes. I don't think they're called heat notes. I think that's an area where they're called heat stamps. That's funny. Just doesn't match there. Steward, it seems that our citizens are profiteering from outsiders trying to get into the city. We caught smugglers with a freezing and disoriented group of people. When warmed, fed, and questioned, they spoke of a grim reputation our city has amongst survivors in the area. It's only the generator. It's the only generator there is, but we've heard stories of what some call of the guides do to people trying to get in. After what happened to us, the rumors seem true. Should we do something about it? Yeah, we'll do this soon. We now have the hospital. Drop a hospital in, that feels important. Still need a logistics district, but we're not there yet. Scarcity. Can't expand it anymore, which is frustrating. I'd have to put in a whole other district. Heat demands increase. That's okay because I have a fair amount of coal. So that's actually okay. Food's still low, but is better. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. Famine prevention is not available in this preview. Housing blocks. See, this costs stamps. I think I'd rather do something that's not going to cost me stamps. Which won't be this. Ah! First of all, okay, I don't have a logistics district yet, so we can't do this one. Hoth houses. Industrial-sized hoth house where organic waste ferments in large vats. Fertilizing shelves. Okay, this does cost, but it also will help with something. Disease is slightly increased. Heat demand. Squalor is slightly increased. So I think we're going to go here. Even though it's a higher workforce, it's more food. I have the ability to kind of combat disease because I have a hospital. So we're going to develop this idea. William Hoff, 37. I doubted children could still learn to revere their elders, yet here my children tend dutifully to my needs. Maybe now we can make the city better in other ways too. A place that survives and thrives through adaptation. A city where competition and rivalry is our engine. Oh, how beautiful the city could become. Icebloods form the support of family apprenticeship. Okay. Thanks. Icebloods. This is intriguing. 5% of the city. Hardened survivalists, they recruit from the most resilient and capable individuals in the city. This is their manifest. Adaptation. It's a harsh world and only the fittest survive. We must embrace adaptation, fostering resilience in the face of adversity. Merit. Resourcefulness should be rewarded. We must praise personal achievement and reward individual merit. Tradition. We preserve because we honor tradition. This is how we should build our society. I feel like tradition and adaptation are cross purposes. They seek to pass expedition support, infection badge, and ceremonial funerals. I see. You're not going to take the snow pit from me. I don't know how to tell you this. The generator. The generator is a primary source of heat. It requires fuel to function. Initially, your main source of fuel is coal, but later in the game you can research and discover different types of fuel which vary in efficiency. Generator uses as much available fuel as needed to fulfill heat demand. You can also activate overdrive, which increases the output of the generator. Be careful to turn it off before the overdrive bar fills up to avoid generator malfunction. Malfunction causes deaths and temporarily reduces efficiency of the generator. Some citizens, ignited by passion and strong beliefs, will organize and form groups known as factions. Factions are groups of citizens that are united by a common and clearly defined ideology, and they will actively seek to implement it in all aspects of the city. Factions will propose extreme or radical ideas to be implemented by the city. They will also engage in disruptions such as rallies or protests. Be sure to inspect and familiarize with factions in your city by clicking on their portrait. To keep control of the city in your hands, you need to understand the desires of the factions and assess their fervor at all times, and proactively try to keep them in check. Oh boy. Oh yeah, there they are. Max, 29, researcher. Looks at Icebud members leaving the institute. They keep looking at my hands. Every day they come and pester me about my work. What are you doing right now? Can we push the other research along? Why are you halting drafting the law we discussed yesterday? They want influence. They want to influence what you do. Icebloods. Okay. Oh, I can propose the law. Excellent. No common rules. There are no clear rules about who can settle in the city. Tale of human trafficking resulting in people avoiding the city. We will let in only the outsiders who contribute to the city's economy, turn away the unproductive. We will welcome all who wish to join our city and share in it regardless of their ability to contribute. Okay. So here's the thing. Here's where the fun is starting now. So this is clearly the bad one. Only allow productive people in the city. Clearly that's the we lose our humanity option. Clearly the we let in everybody is the keep the humanity option. But let's talk about this for a second. So here, population growth is increased. Here, population growth is marginally increased. Now, that could be good or bad depending on how much you actually want your population to grow. What's interesting is this is like productive outsiders versus all outsiders, but it doesn't say like population will grow, but some people won't be workers, which I find interesting. This probably means we don't let in kids, and this probably means we do let in kids. Here's the thing. This is an overall population growth. This is population growth grows a little. Heat stamps are marginally increased, which I could use. And Icebloods like this one. So the Icebloods would like me if I pass this one. So on paper, this is the better option. Allow productive outsiders only. is the on paper better option. I'm not sure I'm ready to turn people away in the snow yet. Yet, being the operative word. But I have to make this decision now. So I think we try this. I don't know if this will pass on their own. Click on the council member to view their profile. On paper. It's on paper better. Oh, so this is the foragers. This is the machinists, whatever you want to call them. Where's the ice bloods? Are they in here? The ice bloods. That's neat. I'm accepted, so it's getting better. Let's just roll the dice. Let's see if we can do this on its own. I don't think it's gonna go through. It did not go through. It got rejected by 2 votes. Oh. Okay, in 9 weeks we'll be able to try again. And I'll probably have to pressure somebody because it's probably not going to happen. Problem is, we also have a huge food problem. And a huge resource problem in general. See, in fairness, maybe I shouldn't let everybody in if 96 people just starved. There is something to that. Can I not... What I don't understand is it's not letting me put down more food. You know what I probably need to be doing is the logistics district. That's probably what the problem is. So let's get that down. I still haven't determined if it's costing me anything to frostbreak. Okay. But if I get some stuff going outside, I might be able to get more people. This is getting angry. That's funny. Okay. So, it wants me to find fuel, but really I would like to find food. If I can. Yeah, launch expedition to go get food. Launch expeditions to discover places and resources you can harvest. You can select territories to explore by clicking on their name. To explore a territory, you need to allocate a certain number of Frostland teams, which are sourced from the logistics district. The number of teams required on the depends on the difficulty of the terrain. These icons mean the territory is more challenging and need more. Cost and exploration can be reduced by researching alternate methods. The other thing we can do is go back in here and propose a law. See, here's the thing, guys. We don't have enough food to let in everybody. Okay, propose, negotiate. I feel like it's against their foragers. Foragers, what do you guys want? You know what? This is fine. Because we can do expedition support. We'll do this. If I do this, will you guys vote for it? Okay, cool. So let's go. And we made it. By quite a bit.
The ayes have it.
Alright, I passed the nice person law, and I am certain we will be punished for it. Dr. Roberta Newman, chemist. The city's changing. We started a family here. We bore children. That is how you start a family, yes. We toiled against the hardships like everybody else, but now these ice bloods, they walk around telling people what to do, what to think. What they spout is utter folly against everything that made us. We will not have it. The fate of our children is at stake. We will chart the path to the city. The technocrats have formed an opposition to the ice bloods. There's more. They're 9% of the city. The tech-minded and calculating people recruiting those who value cold and rational argument in their manifest. They like progress and equality and reason. Oh, God. I'm starting to get stressed out. The steward promised them some nonsense. That's fine. Hey! I would like to build this. There's a lot going on right now that I don't understand. An old enemy, steward. It was only a matter of time. We had an unusually long streak of mild weather. But now meteorologists are clear. It should be now the meteorologists are clear. Now meteorology is clear. It's a weird sentence. There's a familiar drop in the air pressure at higher altitudes. A whiteout is coming. The wind will cause extreme cold. The clouds will blot out the sun. Without shelter and ample fuel, people will be at mortal risk. We have to prepare. It's arriving in 80 weeks. We must be ready. Okay. Where are we at shelter-wise? We do actually need a little bit more shelter. Can I make either of my districts bigger? This one can be expanded. So we'll expand that one. Disease should actually be largely under control because I have 2 things built that lessen disease. Hunger is diminished. Hey, look at that! Food is actually on the rise. That's excellent news. Heat is a problem, though. Can I build one here? No. Can I build another? I can build some. Oh, I must have just never built this. Oh no, I just have room for 2. Okay, that's gonna piss people off, but that's okay. Material scarcity, so I need more materials. Pass expedition support. So I need to do this one. I think what this means is we don't get to be pipe watchers. We will not get to be pipe watchers because we have to pass this one. No. We are losing the pipe watching. That's fine. So the ice bloods like this. Interesting. So it's probably going to go through all on its own because the foragers like it. Yeah, 51 already for it. So we're going to be able to pass expedition support. That will fulfill my promise. Make those people happy.
The delegates have spoken. The law takes effect.
The foragers are delighted you kept your word. Now look upon your rule more positively and consider you a leader with integrity. Because you kept your promise to pass expedition support, relations with foragers will improve and trust rises. So see, the turmoil is down. I just have notable squalor, which is too bad. The foragers find me favorable. Technocrats don't really have a strong opinion on me since they just started. Ice Bloods probably think I'm okay, because I did just pass something they like. These guys probably don't super like me. They're neutral, 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 favorable. Okay. Sue again. Spinning dog hair into yarn. Ouch, my finger. Oh wow, she's upset. Mrs. Boss Lady keeps joking I'll fall asleep and get woken up by a prince. I don't get it. If a prince came near me, I'd rob him blind and then make him do the bloody spinning. But it's alright. Gonna beat my record today. Strong, nice yarn. Auntie Mabel says if I can weave, I can work with her at the mill. Beats freezing in the streets. Family friendship problems. Yeah, Sue has such a bright future because she's making yarn out of dog hair. Okay, I need to do something about squalor. I don't know what to do about it. Is there something that will lessen squalor? Squalor is significantly decreased versus, squalor is decreased. Squalor is significantly decreased. Squalor is decreased. I think these are the same ones. Yeah. So I really need to decrease squalor. This requires more workforce. This one requires more heat. Let's get to work on this, because that will help with squalor. It's probably... I need to do something for the mechanists. Coal's a bit of a problem. Don't have enough. Okay. I'm doing very not great, I feel like. Oh, yeah, this is a problem. Steward, high squalor has deteriorated one of our districts so much it needs repairs to function. Supply materials for regular maintenance. Okay. I am in the process of working on this. I just didn't get there fast enough. But this will... I have to get this and then I have to build it. It's a lot of heat stamps. Okay, we'll repair. Because I need coal. I can't not get coal with the whiteout coming. I need more materials pretty badly. Nothing lost. Oh, this is a good note. Okay. Getting a little... Just expecting bad news at this point. Steward, our bio-waste drum the Hoth House has begun cooperating with people who forage for food additives in the Frostland. Aha! On top of their regular duties, they provide it with leaves, animal carcasses, and feces in order to enrich compost. We don't need to... that doesn't need to be advertised. That doesn't need to be shared with the class. On top of their regular duties, they provide it with leaves, animal carcasses, yeah. This will no doubt increase our food output. Bio-waste drum Hoth House produces more food thanks to foraged additives. Okay, so we combined the two things. I didn't know combining the two things would make a good thing, but they made a good thing. Look at that. We are just doing so great in food now. It would be good compost, but they don't need to tell everybody. That can be a secret. Can I launch an expedition? Okay, let's go get some more fuel. I can have more than one expedition, which is great news. We just gotta get that squalor down. Everything, well, I mean, I'm still kind of low on materials, but the squalor is doing better. I'm not doing great on goods, but I could really use... See, this is really doing well. I wish I had a building that would help. Oh, I can do a food depot here? Interesting. Interesting. See, this would increase squalor, and it would demand materials, not get me materials. Housing. Oh, okay. Moss filtration tower. So that's gonna help. And now I'm low on stuff again. Okay. Is there something I can work on that's not gonna cost stuff? See, this will cost stuff. When I was doing this before, it wasn't costing me anything. See, this one doesn't. What do we have here? Work compensation, efficiency bonus. To encourage competition, the city will allocate special bonuses to people who work the most efficiently. Resource production efficiently is produced. Labor is labor, and thus all will earn equally. This will eliminate discrepancies between the workers and the elite. Trust will rise slightly, and he's okay. So trust will rise slightly, and I'll make less over time. I'm not really into that. Efficiency is increased. I like that. There was no negative to that one, other than your own personal philosophy. Housing block. More shelter, but also more heat. A lot more shelter. Well, hello. +1 heat stamp income? Okay, hold on. We gotta look into this here. So, there's some ideas. Oh, this costs heat stamp, so I can't do any of that right now anyway. Maintenance duty. This does not cost anything. Workers who do not meet their quotas must stay after the shift to perform machinery and infrastructure maintenance. Material demand is slightly decreased. Resource production efficiency is slightly increased. Everyone must share the burden of maintaining the city's machinery and infrastructure. So here's the thing. Here's the dang thing. This is materials demand is slightly decreased. This one is materials demand is slightly decreased, plus efficiency is increased. But it's a jerk thing to do. Like, if the Ice Bloods want it, the Ice Bloods are jerks. But also, this is 2 bonuses instead of 1 bonus. Okay. The youths. What do we got for the youths? Young adults participate in voluntary activities under the supervision of elders who teach them moral values? That sounds good. Why are the Ice Bloods into that? Percentage of active workers slightly increased. Crime is slightly decreased. Liberated youth. Young adults are encouraged to experiment, free from arbitrary bounds of judgment. Trust will rise slightly. I wouldn't mind trust going up, but I actually wouldn't mind crime going down, and I wouldn't mind having more active workers. And this is actually a rare thing from the Ice Bloods that doesn't seem terrible. Percentage of workers versus... What's my trust right now? Am I worried about trust at the moment? It's probably trust with them. Abe Chambers, 90, former shipwright. Longing to join his wife in the beyond? 90 years old. 90 summers. Well, winters more like. I've had a good life, I guess. Well, I've had a life anyway. This guy's had a life anyway. Guys sound like a middle-class worker in 2024. Not everyone in the old Queen Hythe crew could say the same. I'd always thought I'd be sharing my Liddy's grave, but now Pete's pressuring me to donate my body to the city? There's a lot of twists and turns here. Who's Pete? And why do you care what Pete wants you to do? Apparently, them doctors are using dead folks' skin to fix up frostbite or something. Can't they leave me alone? Haven't I been through enough? The lack of law I will choose the snow pit every time, okay? I will make good choices, but I'm choosing the snow pit every time. We are still trying to survive. I have not let go of my snow pit philosophy, and you cannot make me let go of my snow pit. Has this just been waiting for me? Oh, my bad, guys. I did not know you've been waiting for me. Resources will be sent to the city. Not enough resources. I don't understand. Harvesting areas can be found everywhere in the Frostland. They are an alternative source of food. Contrary to outposts, harvesting areas do not need to be connected to the city by trail or railroad. They just need teams. Okay. I feel like this is not doing anything. Maybe it's going back to. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I have the... Because I only have the one team out now. And it's this one. So that's my assumption, is I am actually getting the food from this place. Oh, that's pretty intense. Okay. Road building. Yeah, the material, this materials thing is a problem. So I need, if I can't expand, I need to get more materials. God, there's so much going on right now. I'm sure I can't afford anything. Okay. Watchtowers. Maybe if I can't afford anything, I just don't need to be worried about doing this right now. I think that might be really where we're at. Okay, so law. Hold on. So squalor's a problem, and I need more materials. Foragers like me. So if I can find something to make the machinists happy, that's probably not a bad idea. So is there anything where I, like, broadly agree with them? So the machinists and the technocrats, like, overcome scarcity will organize our production goods. Production efficiency is slightly increased. Goods demand per capita is slightly decreased. So interesting the foragers and the ice bloods are on this one. This wouldn't be the worst. I feel like the demand going down is actually better, but this would be something for the machinists and the technocrats, which I don't have anything that makes them happy right now. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, it's gonna pass all on its own. We didn't have to do nothing. So that'll help with goods, which is a problem that I have. And that should eventually cause them to be happier with me. You know, the machinists are only 38% of the city. Foragers are 44%. Interesting. God, this is so interesting. Like, I feel a bit lost, but it's so fascinating. We're not really doing anything because what I need is an extraction district. So we gotta save up until I can afford one of those, if possible. If I can solve the materials problem, that's really gonna help with Squalor. So that's really what I need to do. Could be an indicator of underground, likely oil or gas. Okay. so I can follow it. We're not going to do that. There's so much happening. Okay, let's have a look. Sure. I don't know what's happening. Okay. We'll go back in a second. A rowdy funeral. No common rules. Stewart, it's a shameful display in a wake yesterday. Some of the deceased family wanted a traditional burial, while others complained about wasteful antics and said the body should be donated for the city's healthcare. Ah, they really want me to vote on this. I don't want to right now. This could have saved people's lives, was the answer. It's true. I won't risk my father's soul. As people got more heated, they eventually came to blows. In the aftermath of the fight, bodies disappeared on each side, suspecting others of foul play. Sadly, this is not an isolated incident. Maybe we need common rules. Okay, fine. You want me to initiate snow pits? I'll initiate snow pits. You watch. Ceremonial funerals. Bodies must be buried untouched after a traditional funeral to show proper respect to the departed. Relatives must be allowed to mourn. Trust loss resulting from deaths is decreased. The deceased will be harvested and their healthy body parts used to support the city's healthcare. Unharvested remains will be incinerated and ashes transferred to the relatives. So here, trust from deaths go down. Here, disease is slightly decreased and research speed is slightly increased. Look, guys. Snow pits, okay? I will not be guilted into saying snow pits are wrong. This is the post-apocalypse. Bodies are for science. When we get past the apocalypse, bodies are for science. I will not apologize. Okay. Let's just try it. I haven't spent. I have time if this fails to go again. So we'll try it, and then if it doesn't work, we'll go again. Oh, look at that! My people want the snow pits. They voted it all on their own. I didn't even have to convince them. Trust rises. We're snow pit society. I'll have you know. I don't understand. Oh. Ah! Oh my god. What is happening? Oh, I have to go in range. Okay, Jess, if you just read the UI, it's really helpful. Okay. That doesn't work. Uh-huh, okay. Why I no get in city? See, it won't let me go that way. So I'm gonna have to build like all the way. Hold on. I'm not there. There. See, it won't. Is that good enough? Like, can I do that? Okay. It's making it happy, so I don't care. Squalor's really bad because I need to get these materials going. Allow you to send resources between different places in the Frostland are required to operate outposts. Start building, click the trail. Trails are built in sections. The construction each trust is fixed. Frostland team required. Linking it to one entry point. You can build many. Once research, you can construct railroads. So, like, if I went here... Oops. I went here... I wonder if this counts as the one for the city. I don't know. I can't help but feel like I did the wrong thing. This is a cool view. See, in the first game when I zoomed out, it paused the game, and now it doesn't do that, so it's stressing me out a little bit. So if this is the city... This feels stupid to me. There's no way the game could be expecting me to do this. Like, just no way. Like, I think... See, and there's not even a way through. This cannot be... This cannot be what it's expecting me to do. Can I... Can't take trailheads down. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. I mean, this is the time for mistakes, right? Source coal, material, oil to go. Connect by trail, by railroads. Okay. I mean, as it is, we're halfway through. You can only go to 300 weeks in the beta. Okay, we have... So I want to do... Won't let me do that. Interesting. Minerals. But you won't let me extract? Is it because, No, I don't think that's the problem. I mean, we could try it. We'll try it and see what happens. Looks like it may cost heat stamps. Okay, we're now doing less coal. Ugh. Okay, that's a problem for me. Now it'll let me. Okay. We'll get those materials going and it'll help. Never throw rubbish on the road. It's funny. I swear, let me put one over here. Maybe I already did put one over there. Oh, let me put a food depot in. We're still doing okay on food. We'll repair. I'll get fuel going again. still having problems with materials. But this should be extracting materials. And it is. It's also extracting materials. July. End of July. July 20 something. Oh, I thought I did this. Materials is still a problem, but is under control, at least. Is there something I can do that will increase materials? Disease. Conduct medical trials. Okay. Doctors should always look to develop and put in cutting-edge treatments. Doctors must abide by traditional laws. First, do no harm, avoid error. I'm actually not. Don't tell anyone, but I'm actually not against experimental treatment in this game. The youths. The dutiful youth, but I'm specifically looking at something that's going to help with materials. Maintenance duty. Materials demand is slightly decreased. Resource production. Okay, so what's the difference here? Oh, this one. Look, sorry guys. We're doing this one. We're doing the mean one. I haven't done a mean one since, well, I've done the snow pit. Snow pit doesn't count. Because it's smart. But we're doing this one. Alright, let's see what we got here. This also might help. No, this is goods. Goods is not what I'm worried about. I'm looking for materials. Hey, Pixelbite, welcome. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Basics and necessities to foster. Yeah. What's in here? Oh. Interesting. Okay, we've already done these. Kind of running out of things to vote on anyway. I'm looking for, where's the, it's not this one. Okay, this one. These are the two I haven't done yet. Okay, we're gonna do pay essentials. Sorry, guys. See how people vote. Oh, you're Archie! I do remember you. From Fallout 4. Hey, we made it! I hope you're doing well. I definitely remember Archie. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. Squalor's gotten a little bit better, but it's mostly getting better because I'm slowly getting materials better. I sure did. I really enjoyed Fallout 4. I've gotten 2 other Fallout games, but I haven't started any of them yet. I've been enjoying the show. I'm only 3 episodes in. I'm watching it kind of slow because I figure what am I trying to say? Oh, because it's, you know, it all came out at once, and who knows when the second season will come. So I'm kind of the mind to not rush it, but I have been greatly enjoying the show. We stumble across an abandoned caravan of sledges long since picked clean. Closer inspection reveals wood that has been treated with oil, crude but effective, a method of waterproofing. Frozen tracks indicate sledges come to the northwest. Not enough resources. Yeah, it looks like I have to build some stuff up before I do anything else, so that's fine. He's not my actual husband. He's just another ghoul. My husband's John Hancock. Where's John? There's John. The character on the show is just referred to as the ghoul, but the human he was once is Cooper Howard. So it's not the same character. He says, I've not watched it, but I recommend you play Fallout New Vegas, Fallout New Next because of the best ones. I play myself, but I don't play on PC, rather console. I have New Vegas. I've thought about it. It's just, I haven't done it because I am reticent to go back to the old mechanics, to be honest. Everyone tells me it's a great story, and I'm sure it's a great story, but I'm also sure I won't like playing the actual playing of the game, and I haven't felt like taking the time to research mods. Alright, how are we looking? We're doing good on coal. Whiteout's about to come in. Oh, we don't have enough shelter. That's a problem. Probably should build a housing district then. I don't know if that'll get built in time. I don't think I could expand either of the other ones I have. Oh, I can't expand this one. That might have been better. Never played Fallout 1 or 2 because you don't have Steam nor a PC, which is not very good for me because you love the Fallout series. I mean, that's fair, but Fallout 1 and 2 are completely different, right? They're not made by the same people, and they're like completely different mechanics. They're like top-down games. Whoa. There's a lot happening. Why is this angry? Resource depot is nearly depleted. Well, that's a problem for me. Maintenance duty. Unproductive, do maintenance. Workers. I thought we voted on this. It passed. Just barely. It's not made by Bethesda. I don't think they connect. It makes me look like a strategy game. Yeah, I think if they were more up-to-date mechanics, I might actually really like the first 2 Fallouts, because they're very different. They're not like third-person RPGs. Okay, so I probably can get more teams by upgrading the logistics district. Yeah. Let's see how that goes for me. Because I need to get more food. Wow, materials were actually hitting a surplus for the first time ever. So that's really helped there. Goods scarcity is the problem left. I think we are now in the whiteout. Whatever I have done, I have not found a permanent fuel source outside the city. Okay, it's getting cold. I don't fully understand what I'm supposed to do now. For you, you've never really liked 3 or New Vegas because the first Fallout you played was 4, and then I fell in love with it. Then you tried the older ones, and they didn't really interest me. Fair. That's fair. But I thought you said they were the best ones, but you haven't played them? I'm a little confused. This is going to be a problem. It's very hard to see anything. Can I expand this district? Oh, I can't. It's all... no, I can't. I was about to say, what? Expand that district. I've definitely heard that they're the best ones overall. I just assumed I was getting a first-hand opinion. But the thing is, here's the thing though, about like things being like, oh, it's the best one overall or whatever. They've also been out longer, which means statistically, more people have had a chance to play them. Because older players played the old ones and the new ones, but new players largely only play the new ones. So you always have to take that with a grain of salt. All the best ones other than Fallout 4, you mean Fallout 76 a multiplayer game? It doesn't really connect with the other 3. Yeah. Wow. I'm having a hard time figuring out. Looks like I have enough heat, so even though I'm in a whiteout, I don't have to worry about it per se. They're skeptical of me, which is probably fair. The ice bloods are favorable of me, which is interesting. Foragers have gone to neutral. What is happening? Oh, a new law. Unproductive do maintenance. Oh, we passed it. I see. It's funny that it reminds you of Frostpunk, Archie, because this is the beta of Frostpunk 2. So it does track that it would remind you of Frostpunk. Frostpunk 2 is coming out in July, and they're doing a 1-week beta for anybody who has pre-ordered the game. Or I should say have pre-ordered the deluxe edition of the game. I'm a huge fan of the first Frostpunk. I'm liking this so far. Let's see what we got here. Maintenance hub. Quarter that services neighboring extraction, logistics, and industrial districts. I don't understand what that phrase means. Okay, so these are the same. So this is all the same. Now you know why I like to click from there. Exactly, yes. Frostpunk 2. I'm very excited. Oh, I was looking at this before. So, +5 shelter, or 15 shelter with disease slightly increased, or +10 shelter with heat stamp income. And I actually really like this one, so we'll do this. Plus the technocrats are kind of annoyed with me, so I'll, do their thing. Hopefully that'll make them a little happier. Food is really going to be the problem. We're having a materials problem again. But I also wonder if that's not because of the cold. No one needs food. We're out here freezing. What's the purpose of food? Frostland. I'm assuming this is not working. Yeah, blocked by the storm. Okay. So we just got to get through the storm. I really just think that right now the game's not going to let me do anything until we're on the outside of the storm. Spring snowstorm. Shelter scarcity. We shouldn't be having shelter scarcity. Okay, come here. Override. We'll kick the heat up a little bit. Since it's so cold. That'll hopefully help. Cold. Watch out for cold as you in your city as you play. High cold increases disease and tension, decreases population growth, and causes recurring events like freezing to death. Cold is the measure of how well your city is heated and how protected your citizens are from the frost. Make sure shelter and heat needs are fulfilled. Not satisfying those needs increases cold. Got it. Sort of. The cold problem. Due to the cold problem. That is what it was called yesterday. It was funny. So survival's done. I can do something in economy. Society is done. And I don't know what this page does. Although it looks scary. So there's really only one law left to pass. Everyone just has to make it to the end of the storm here. Another whiteout is coming. Pipe watchers. It's big on pipe watchers. It just wouldn't let me do it this time because I had to fulfill a promise. Big on the pipe watching. Very pro pipe watching. Okay. Sure, we'll do that. I feel like I could put a hospital in somewhere. Also would be a good idea. Oh, I get it. I thought this was being sorted by, like, what the buildings did. So I was like, why is the food depot in industrial? It's being sorted by what districts can house that building. That's a little backwards, but I get it. See, this has 2 building slots, but it won't let me build that there. But it will let me build that. Interesting. We out here in the cold. Hang on, everybody. It's gonna get better. Why is my... Oh, I must have ran out of coal. That's not good for me. I really needed to heat up. Hey, Brennan. I'm really bad at this. Stuart, there's hardly any place left in the city that's even somewhat warm. We don't generate enough heat to supply all the districts. Maybe we should establish priorities. We could remove heat from workplaces. That will make them less effective. On the other hand, we cut people's dwellings and endanger the fragile. Prioritize housing the heating. Heating the housing. I ran out of coal. I thought I'd get a little bit more of a warning before that happens. It's going to heat up here in a second. It's going to be fine. Everything will be fine. This is a terrible graphic. This is bad. So 490 186 people froze to death. That's fine. I have a snow pit. Woo, boy. Natalie Chapman, 21. Steward, be praised. At least it's warm here. The factory was unbearable today. Got some fingerless mittens, but this cold may very well make me fingerless myself. Sally has these thick sealskin gloves. Sure, she barely gets anything down, but at least she won't get frostbite. I should get a pair. That's if I ever get out of bed. It's so warm in here. Snow pit is important. And now we'll be getting coal from the place. Don't know how to find a permanent fuel source outside the city. Steward, recent cold wave taken many lives. Grief fills the air, and beneath it, undercurrent of anger, people fear the horror of the past years. I see. It's fine. We'll be okay. All of you are so worried. Lack of required deposit. Oh. Guess we'll demolish then. It's about to get worse in here again. We made it through the storm, but it was relatively short. When the next one comes, it'll be worse. In past whiteouts devastated all of our expansion attempts. We mustn't let it happen again. We must find a permanent source of fuel before another, more severe one comes our way. Our expedition teams must hurry. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You're fine. You're fine. Like, what are you worried about? What are you even worried about? Everything's fine. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Steward, now that we are charging for the essentials, some unemployed families are unable to afford basic necessities. Work goes to the wealthiest. If these people were passed up, it's their own fault. They should put work in instead of expecting the city to solve their problems, claim the Ice Bloods. Other more measured say we could provide them with a weekly allowance. If we can't offer them work, we'll give them a budget to use up wisely. I need to keep people happy right now. These text bubbles are so funny. Can I build another logistics district? Sure can. I just have to frack the ice. Okay. So you guys do that. We only have 70 weeks left in the playthrough anyway. I don't think we're going to survive the next whiteout though. Why do we still have such a cold problem? Okay. I was gonna say, I don't, oh, because a whole bunch of people froze to death. So there's room now. Okay. Is it still just that cold? Is that the thing? I really don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Technocrats suggest action. Steward, we're struggling with the coal. The group of technocrats have come with an idea. We should research blasting coal mine. Let us pursue it and it will benefit. They look at us with distrust. temperature. I need their help anyway. At this point, we're like 2/3 of the way through, so I'm more just picking stuff to see what happens. I don't understand the heat problem. It must be... Oh, part of it's the temperature. Okay, that makes a certain amount of sense. I guess ignore for now because I can't do anything about it. I don't understand why it's talking to me here. But, okay. See, I don't even know that I fully understand what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Okay, launch expedition. I think that's because I got this thing built. It is because I got this thing built. I need heat. Does anything increase heat? Things demand heat. Not entirely sure how to increase my heat, other than to do overdrive. I think that's my other problem, is I don't know how to make it better. If you don't want to negotiate with the protesting factions, guards can disperse them. However, if you improve relations, the protests will also cease. To this end, we can fund their projects to appease them. Granting them an agenda is a fair way to give them a chance to change the city. Otherwise, we can make a promise to change a different matter that concerns them. Promote a whole faction. I see. Okay, so who was it? The technocrats, I think? These guys? This playthrough will time out in 50 weeks. Okay. You know what? Let them choose the next law. Let's see what happens. Protest loses steam. They're dispersing. Protest ended. Oh, I can't because I have to. Gonna vote. Finish the protest. We don't need it anymore. Oh, now we're having so many materials, but not so much on the food, which I knew would happen. People no longer trust you. The situation doesn't improve. The council will demand a vote of confidence disputing your leadership. If you fail that vote, it will end your rule. Oh no. That's a problem for me. Cool. Everyone's gotten upset with me. Okay, hopefully they're gonna not vote against me. I think I won't get kicked out. at this time. We'll see. Harvest the food. Okay. I'm not sure I can say that I fully understand what's going on here. I don't really need that right now. Yeah, sure. I'm still having a cold problem, which is a bit of an issue. I need to build this somewhere. It won't tell me where. Maybe I need to have coal. Maybe that's why I can't do it. Which is, you know, fair. I feel like this is all going really wrong. Like, really wrong. Like, it's just all going really poorly. You guys don't like me again? Promise use grant agenda. Yeah, that's fine. I like this. Go ahead and develop that idea. Is it that it's not done frost breaking? Why can't I? Oh, because it's actually this tile. That's why. That was a waste. Guys, I don't know if we're gonna make it 25 more weeks without me getting kicked out. We're gonna see. We'll see. I don't know if we're gonna make it. The trust is pretty darn low. And it's just gonna get cold again, and we don't have a lot of coal. Like, in fact, we don't have any. I mean, we're about to get more once this gets built. Trust restored! Oh, that's good. This will help too, because I did that. Okay. We're okay. This will start getting us the increased coal. Workforce in the city is limited. Oh, well, that's not great. It's about to get cold. We gotta make it 15 weeks. Alright, let's see what we got here. No. That's what we want. No. This? Invite them. I need workforce, so invite them. Yeah, if I need workforce and I have plenty of materials, maybe we should turn this off for the time being. Alright guys, we gotta survive 9 weeks. Nine weeks. Grow more radical. Stuart, the machinists have grown deeply unhappy with your rule. Community leaders now openly urge the machinists to join the technocrats, arguing that part of the radical organization they will be better able to protect their interests. If nothing is done to address the situation, many angry machinists will join the technocrats and push for a faction to take against you. Oh dear. Well, let's repair. You have 40 weeks to repair. Perfect, considering I can only play for 7 more weeks. So it's fine. Like a true politician, we'll just delay it. Actually, I can fund your projects. It's a really good thing I got this district going. Low on cores. Oh, that's annoying. Hey! We hit 300 days and I didn't get kicked out. Frostpunk 2, it's time. You know what? Who knows what the future holds, but for now, it is time. Stuart, you have reached the end of the Utopia Builder preview time limit. We encourage you to dive back into the snowy ways of the Frostland, as this preview holds 2 different endings depending on your playthrough and decisions you make. Get ready for more exploration, management, factions, and dramatic choices to be made once the game is released on July 25. What ending did I get? I don't feel like I got an ending at all. Oh, there we go. Wow, that was only 2 hours. So I don't know. We could jump in and do it again. The thing is like there's only so much to do, right? Like, we were definitely getting into the meat of how all the factions work. I feel like what I didn't understand was the exploration. And I could probably play it again and do that. Let's see, it's 4 o'clock. What do you guys think? I really enjoyed this, but I also don't know that we're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of me, like, just doing another round. I could end this stream, this Frostpunk stream, and fire up Forbidden West for a little bit. Would you guys be interested in that? I'm going to separate it for people. Like, I don't want to just lump Forbidden West in on this. But I can either do another round. I can make different choices. But I don't know that we're going to get to play long enough to know how those are going to come into play. Like, I feel like this was just played long enough for me to start getting, like, the different factions and stuff. But I don't know, like, if making different choices would have a fundamentally different outcome. But I also, the thing is I didn't get to the end, right? Like, I didn't establish the colonies, I didn't do all of the things. And it's possible, maybe, to be able to do all of that in the allotted time. I don't know. But, like, I think that we didn't get an ending. I think we just timed out. Right? So, like, I could keep playing, and see if I can get to the end. I think today, at least, I'd rather play Horizon. I think where I'm at with this, if I played this demo anymore, I think I'd need to do it off stream. So that I could think instead of talk. Especially considering, like, we have, like, another 5 days with this. And I might let this sit. I might do, like, a little bit of reading. And then maybe we'd do another stream. I'm thinking, Thursday, I'm doing family stuff. This weekend, I'll have a lot of time to stream, I think. I say that now. I've said that before. But it is my plan to stream a lot this weekend. I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow or Thursday, though. Yeah, I think I'm going to end this stream, take like a 10-minute break, grab some snacks, refill my water, and then I'll fire up a Horizon stream. And we'll do probably a shorter Horizon stream, considering we just did 2 hours here. But I don't think I'm going to be able to show you guys a whole lot more today, because I think if I just try to go through it again, I think I'm going to end up making a lot of the same choices. I think I need to do a little bit of reading. And the other part of this, too, is not all of the features are there. Like, at a certain point, I couldn't get to all of the tech tree. I couldn't get to all of the laws. So I think there's something to that too. Like, I feel like the game was just getting to the part where all of this was playing off of each other and then it stops, which they do that on purpose. You know, they want you to wet your whistle and get excited. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna call this here, but I'm gonna come back in about 10 minutes with Forbidden West. So watch out for me to start up again. I just have to switch over things and then we'll get going. Alright, catch you guys in a few minutes.